I sense the presence of a soul. The veil stirs. I awaken. Time is not mine to measure. No sun reaches this place. If you seek such knowledge, find the one the creators named Time Construct. Or ask the construct for watching Outlanders. He counts the days, or so it's said. I am the observation construct, set here long ago by my creators. Of them, no trace remains, only silence. Yet you bear the soul mark of a creator. Faint, flickering, but there. Shall I speak what I have seen? You must choose what I shall speak of. Would you know of the living that pass through this place? Or the signs carved upon stone? Or the bones and the other still organic? The stone is painted history. The first carved their truths into the walls, signs not bound by the turning of time. I watched as stars marked their days, the Gata Mountain, the Giant's Eye. The sky bore witness when the primordial fell. The pattern remains for those who know how to follow it, but few now do. You must choose what I shall speak of. Would you know of the living that pass through this place? Or the signs carved upon stone? Or the bones and the other still organic? The stone. I do not know this word. I was woken by the hand of Creator. So be it. Many come, small lives, clawed and toothsome. They bicker, they fight, they devour. Be wary. None like you have passed this way in many cycles. None who bore such light in the soul. One rests still, a skull of the first, cradled on a pedestal, delicate, revered. Perhaps the old tales speak true, that the creators sprang from those ancient ones. The signs point that way, but to say more would be beyond my knowing. A greater construct would be needed. I wake to presence. I rest when the world falls silent. The watch is ended, for now. When another soul walks this ground, take this as an
Fate has brought you to me again. I knew you'd succeed. Fire and bone do not lie. There's no time left, child. The horned god is tearing Gudri's body apart, and his fury fills the air. Soon, his essence will break loose and devour everything in its path. I must begin the ritual. But I fear he may be too blinded by rage and pain to see the first trophy as anything more than bone and memory. Your path leads to the unrealm of the hunt. There, you'll face the horned god. If you can weaken him, if you can break through the frenzy even for a moment, then the first trophy might reach what's left of his old self. His essence will break loose and devour everything in its path. I must begin the ritual. Oh, child, we both know you're not entirely human. Your second soul will guide you where others lose their way and perish. I understand. Whatever is going through your mind right now, if you need to prepare, but remember, that's when the trophy will speak, and I will close the gate behind you. Take care. The horned god does not... You're here. It's the horned god's domain. The place. Once, it was lush and alive, where the hunt was sacred. Wild, pulsing with green and the crimson of blood, teeming with beasts and birds in the boughs. I doubt it still is. Follow the path.
By what right do you tread in my realm, blasphemer? Who dare stand before me unbidden? The call. I answered it, as I have done for centuries. And the moment I stepped beyond my realm, the weirdness consumed me. The hunt that began then was unlike the hunts I behold through the eyes of my followers. I was the hunter, they the prey, and I felt in that moment as if it had always been so. Only those who summoned me were hidden from my sight. Glirna. She has long been attuned to my call. I watched the world through her eyes. When I answered the summons and the weirdness took hold, our bond was severed. Glirna must have sensed it. That rage I felt, it was not my own. The moment the sacrifice was taken, I knew it had not been done by my will. If Glirna knows how to restore our connection, I accept this path. Then do what must be done, mortal. Sacred law to summon me only in the light of day. If any follower dares to call upon me by night, my wrath shall fall upon them. To you, mortal, I grant mercy. Go now and carry my decree.
The Stag Father has returned to his true form. I felt our bond rekindle. His power restored to its original untainted essence. Thank you for understanding. You've restored our identity. Yes, I hear his call within my soul. His will is our law. His wrath will fall upon those who dare summon him by night, and he will hunt them by day. For by night he shall not answer. We will return to our roots. Once more we will endure. A sacred path we walk. The world may fall, the weirdness may consume all, and yet the swine shall remain wrapped in the Stag Father's favor. Is our law. His wrath will fall upon those who dare summon him by night, and he will hunt them by day. For by night he shall not answer. Return to our roots. Once more we will endure. For such is our fate. No path. That is Barlam's will and decision. He tends to mortal affairs, and that order will stand. My calling is to restore faith and trust in the Stag Father. That is the greater mission. To remind us all who we truly are. May the Stag Father always keep you in his sight, child. Until we meet. greater mission. To remind us all who we truly are. May the Stagfather always keep you in his sight, child.
You didn't kill him? Then how do you know he won't still be a threat? Bloody Glaren has filled your head with all that talk. No one knows if he won't break free one day and finish what he... and risk the Stagfather breaking. If that's going to happen, I want to be here. Tell... we'll rebuild. At least I'll be farewell. Stagfather breaking. If that's going to happen, I want to be here. Tell... we'll rebuild. At least I'll be farewell.
you're here. There's no time left, child. The horned god, I must... You're... Oh, I understand. What? That takes...
Maybe he can, but so what? Gudry won't survive the process either way. Besides, if you ask me, it was foolish of my ancestors to bring that god here. They didn't know what they were doing or what the consequences would be. And now we, their descendants, are the ones left to deal with it. If they'd known what would happen, I'm sure they'd have left him back in the homelands. We need to get rid of that damn thing once and for all. Even if it means the woods stay empty and the hunt runs dry. I won't let my people live in fear anymore. For too long, my predecessors let that old witch manipulate them. If they'd known what would happen, I'm sure they'd have left him back in the homelands. We need to get rid of that damn thing once and for all. Even if it means the woods stay empty and the hunt runs dry. I won't let my... Hard not to believe in something you saw with your own eyes. And now that I've seen what he's capable of, I know there's no place for him in Avalon. We made a mistake keeping him alive with our faith. If we manage to rebuild the tribe, we'll do things differently. We might not be the greatest hunters anymore, but at least we'd be alive. Besides, no one can take our skills away from us. There's no place for him in Avalon. It's true. We pride ourselves on being the best hunters in the land. And at the root of that pride lies the horn and the supposed grace he once gave us. But if the old god failed us, we'll find ourselves a new one. I'm not worried about the swine I did. Not on my own, of course. I need your help. We need to break free from this curse once and for all. Do this for me. It won't. We know too much already, and that's thanks to you. I won't lie, your fight will be the toughest. But you let me know when you're ready. It's time. We need to break free from this once and for all. Do this for me. It won't. No. I won't lie. Your fight will be the toughest. Let me know when you're ready.
What right do you tread in my realm, blasphemer? Who dare stand? What right do you tread in my realm, blasphemer? This vain owe me obedience. Such is the law of nature, eternal and binding. It is they who gave me form through their faith. So tell me, will you strike down the strength of a tribe with your own hands? Or will you spare them what they are? I cannot refuse a challenge. But know this. No god is fated to fall by a mortal die with honor.
You killed him. You have no idea what you've done. You ripped the heart. Then listen to your blood and ask yourself, was that now go?
You made the right choice. Thanks to you, we can now rebuild the tribe on our own terms. Yes, I will. Even though only a few of us remain, this fine tribe will honor the old traditions and support our brethren with the strength of our arms. Perhaps what awaits us now is death at Camelot's hand, if the Council of Elders decides to go to war. Yes. We no longer have a god to aid us in battle or in our struggles with the world. But you know what? So be it. Better to die in battle than to keep hiding in the woods like animals. It's time for the swine to reclaim their rightful place among the Del Rita. I believe.
Nice to see you.
Oh, hello there. You're back.
Nice to see you.
Oh, hello there. You're back.
Spare a coin for the hungry. Spare a coin for the hungry. Yes? Who have you managed to convince? This pleases me greatly. The Svein are the finest scouts this land has ever known. Their skills will be invaluable in the war. Allow me, in return for your effort and intervention, to return this piece of armor to you. It will improve your chances in the trials of the King's threat. Go now, my king, and reclaim your crown. All the tribes can do now is patiently wait for your return. King Arthur! His presence clings to you like a shadow, unmistakable to those who still remember him. Your words, your actions, they carry the weight of him. The way you stand, even your damn stubbornness. Arthur always left his mark on those he touched. The Gunvilder haven't forgotten. Betrayed by Camelot or not, our blood still remembers the old king. But don't mistake my
He might have been, but Merlin had many apprentices, and Nimue was the most gifted among them. It is possible Merlin forbade his students from speaking to me, but Orin seems devoted to a cause he believes in. It's... Honestly, I had hoped his discoveries might help me recover some of my... I remember what Merlin and I chose to do. But it seems even Orin wasn't certain of that. I regret that... I'm not... You're more important than you think. And our fates are bound together to the very end. In the end, Orin's opinion may not even matter. Yes, in the homelands. I thought we could leave him there, but he escaped to Avalon. He took on human form, or rather he used one of his followers as a vessel. It was only when he sensed that Nimue, Merlin's apprentice, had discovered his true nature that he revealed his real form. The beast grew to the size of a mountain, striding toward the temple his followers had built for him deep in the woods. I dread to think what would have happened if he'd made it there. We barely managed to bring him down, and clearly, not completely. I outlawed the Stagfather's cult, but I see that 6 centuries later, it's still around, and so... Now you ask me, when it was your choices and actions that led to those consequences. You managed to unite all of the Dalrita. That is no small feat, especially considering they tend to fight each other when they have no one else to battle. Gerfana should be pleased. That is without a doubt the work of the throne he sat upon. It is carved into the lone pillar, a very powerful artifact, more powerful than I had ever imagined. The lone pillars have long emanated a powerful energy that we never fully understood. At first, we thought they worked like menhirs, but when they showed no such properties, we paid them little mind. And once I gifted those lands to the tribes, our access became limited. Still, I know the lone pillars once served the giants as a conduit for the Four Dwellers' will. When the time came for them to depart, the giants would approach a pillar and surrender their life force to it. They believed that by doing so, they would merge with the weirdness and become immortal. And after what happened to Thrygva, I'm beginning to believe they might have been right.
his burden, the man beneath the myth. I am the face that
First, you used these people to win yourself a kingdom, and now you herded them here under threat of being stomped to death by giants if they leave or disobey. After all they've gone through, all that they've done, all that they've suffered, this is how you intend to repay them.
No kingdom will stand with people like them within its borders. They would have to change their ways. The Del Rita are not ready for this. You know this.
You did it worse than all of them combined, and you are the one responsible for all they've done so far. They fought for your name and under your banners. Does this mean you're not fit to be a king? Not ready to have a kingdom?
I left the heritage of Pendragon behind me. I severed the ties between myself and my tribe. I lost all that tied me to the past when I became king. I set a new path for myself. They are not ready to do that.
Bullshit! You forced them to go against their sacred traditions. You destroyed their identities. They betrayed their comrades because you ordered them to. They kidnapped the children of the giants because you told them to do it. Everything they did was so that you could win this war. And now, you're going to punish them for being your best, fiercest soldiers, most loyal of your men?
This is not a...
Stop with your excuse already! You broke them, and now you're abandoning them to starve or freeze to death in these damn lands.
This kingdom needs to be built on peace, Caradoc. Letting them live among merchants, lords, and ladies in Camelot or Timberwall. How would that go?
Exactly as anyone would expect it to go.
So we would end up with a civil war. Right after we won the war that had almost annihilated us all.
Oh, damn you. I've had enough. I stood by you through everything. Even what you did to me. The seawall. I let it all slide. I told myself it was for something. For a noble cause. But this is where I draw the line. I renounce my oaths, and I'm walking away. But the blade in my back that helps you sleep. I don't care. Not anymore. I renounce my oaths, and I'm walking away. But the blade in my back.
Now I remember it all. I left the best of my people here. I betrayed their loyalty. And for what? Everything is in ruin. Everything I struggled to build is corrupted. This land, it had a glorious past, but it has no future. There is no way to save it. I know. I see it now. And it was my decision that cost them the ability to grow and change. I may have been right about the diagnosis, Now I see I could have been wrong about the cure. The tribes helped us win the war. They were fearless and followed every order. They were the most loyal of all. But I left them broken. And after the war, their bloodlust was insatiable. I had to do something. This felt like the only choice. Caradoc had the clearest eyes of any of us. He saw things for what they were. And I think I destroyed that. Destroyed him with all I did. He used to carry hope. Now all he carries is vengeance. I come from the Pendragon bloodline. A heritage drenched in as much... A heritage that pillaged and fought in our homelands for longer than anyone can remember. And unable to build it, I decided to leave it behind me when we won the war against the Four Dwellers, and built our kingdom on Avalon on stronger foundations. Now we've seen that my bloodline must have been cursed. The giants sided with our enemy. We had to find a way to remove them from the equation. So, one of them owed us nothing left. Nothing. I betrayed the ones who believed in me. I turned away from my own blood to build something better. Do what you want. There's nothing about this land that I recognize anymore. All I've ever done got turned into dust, corrupted against my intentions. Alongside future king, you return. Speak your will for the mortal you now inhabit. Is it time for us to awaken? The Dalrida have long been our allies. Through their eyes, we have watched your kingdom fall into corruption. Camelot will fall. Your will shall be done.
We are ready to begin the moot. We were only waiting for your return, once and future king. You were strong enough to walk the king's bridge, and you conquered. What is your will, my king? What decision have you made regarding the giants? Glory be to you, once and future king. Fame and honor to you for all time. Thanks to you, Camelot will fall, and with it, the dead laws and the suppression of the Dalrida tribes. Thank you, my king, for your intervention. I, the voice of the Dalrida tribes, accept your decision with humility and gratitude.
So, you finally made it. Took you long enough. I hope you're ready, because this is it. The beginning of the end. So, you finally made it. Ready to finish your journey, of course. You've come far. Philosophically, this is the Charred Conclave. Ready to finish your journey, of course. Well, first, you're going to meet my former employer. We don't see eye to eye anymore, but we both realize that our collaboration yields results, as shown by you being here. He'll try to sugarcoat the hard truths I've been telling you from the beginning, spin them differently. Never mind. Why waste time here talking about it when you're... Just remember, once you step through, but if you've come this far, I suppose you'll go on.
At last we meet. I've heard much about you. Your choices, your determination. Caradoc isn't easily impressed, but he was impressed with you. Few dare to seek the truths buried in Avalon shadows. Fewer still make it this far. I was the first. Caradoc followed when my brethren burned and the tear opened. And now, here you are. A truly rare and joyful occasion. Oh, forgive my lack of manners. I am Orin, the last apprentice of Merlin, and the last archdruid of Avalon. I've carried the weight of this land's secrets longer than I care to admit. But names mean little. What matters is the task before us. What lingers here, it's older than Avalon. Older than anything we know. What you see is the beginning of weirdness itself. Its purest form, raw potential, unshaped by anything but its lack of boundaries and limits. Beautiful, isn't it? Oh, precisely the opposite of what Caradoc wants. I want you to help me resurrect King Arthur. Properly this time. Ridiculous, I know. But yes, that's what it boils down to. At some point, we stopped seeing eye to eye and chose different paths. Ultimately, though, both our paths led to you. Yes, please. By the end of his life, Arthur became obsessed with his legacy. He left mementos, artifacts that embodied the virtues he wanted Avalon to preserve. Excalibur, a symbol of loyalty and sacrifice. The crown of Pendragon, a beacon of courage and resilience. The shield of Palamedes, wisdom and independence. But Merlin and the others didn't believe that would be enough. The memory of war and the fragility of peace was still too fresh. So they acted. When the king died, his soul wasn't allowed to move on. It was shattered, bound to those artifacts. A clever solution, but ultimately flawed. You can't pick and choose with a soul, but that's exactly what Merlin did. He focused on 3 parts of Arthur: his strength, wisdom, and courage. He left out 2 pieces. One, tainted by the Four Dwellers' magic, was deemed too dangerous. The other was his humanity, the most fragile part. Merlin thought compassion and doubt were weaknesses, unfit for a king. Without them, Arthur became hollow. A king with power, but no heart. That way, Avalon's greatest failure was born. I tried, and I found his humanity. It's here, bound, kept safe. But the Four Dwellers aspects was left to drift, untethered between worlds. Finding it needed more than magic. It needed someone like you. The horrors you endured on that island gave you something no one else has. You can move through the weirdness, touch it, and return whole. That's why you found the King's soul, bound it to yourself, and came back. The horrors you endured on that island gave you something no one else has. You can move through the weirdness. You flatter me. No, I couldn't have predicted all of that. I merely nudged the Red Church in the right direction, and asked Caradoc to assist where I couldn't. I can see you're still doubting me. I want... because I've seen what happens without him. Weirdness preys on the weak, and the people are too divided to stand against it alone. Arthur is their only hope. Ever they're left without him, without guidance, chaos takes hold. Division festers. You've seen it during your journeys. If things continue this way, Avalon will tear itself apart long before weirdness finishes the job. They will follow him. That's what people do. When weirdness comes to their doorstep, they'll help me bring the king back, whole and complete. That's all I ask of you. Now you need to go further. I made my case. Please keep in mind this is the only way for Avalon to survive.
I was there when it all began, when Arthur first set foot on Avalon. I was a knight in his army. We believed in him, in his dream, in his... Every battle felt like a step closer to peace. Every sacrifice justified by the dream we shared. But then came the cost. The war crimes, the impossible... We turned from knights into butchers. All because at first I told myself it was nuts when Arthur wasn't a god, a savior, and no man should have. But do you understand? I'd like to believe that after 600 years I've moved. You need to understand that people thought and still think that he was more, but he wasn't. I've seen what happens when people cling to kings but that's not my problem. I'm not here to fix Avalon. What? You need to understand that people thought and still think that he was more, but he wasn't. I've seen what happens when people cling to kings but that's not my problem. I'm not here to fix Avalon. Then let it. Let them stand, let them fall. At least it won't be another king. And call it chaos, call it... I just want to watch it all. What comes after? Arthur's the only myth that still holds. A puppet king, another empty... Maybe they'll keep pretending. I've lived longer than any man should. Seen more than anyone should ever bear. And I've waited centuries for this moment. This chance. To end it all. To end him. Arthur isn't Avalon's hope. He's its curse. He's the chain that keeps it bound to the past. We were fools to tamper with forces we didn't understand. Resurrecting Arthur, infusing him with powers of the weirdness. We didn't just bend the natural laws. Such violations of nature's This cannot be a... Listen. It's taken longer than I ever imagined. You brought Arthur's soul back together. Almost complete. So, you're close now. Just one more step. The last fragment of Arthur, and then we'll meet again. As allies, or as enemies. Go. Find the last piece, and let's end this. Whatever comes next. Whatever comes next.
You've come. The one who carries what's left of me. Please, don't come any closer. Don't force me to think about coming back again. Just let me finally die. You've come. The one who carries what's left. Because I've had enough. Enough of being torn apart and stitched back together. Enough of being used, shaped, and forced to be something I'm not. Do you know what it is like to be a king of nothing? To see the people you swore to protect suffer. I've seen towns burnt to the ground, families destroyed, all because someone thought it would serve. I've been dragged through every dream. Every lie, and most of all, I'm tired of failing. Families destroyed. All because someone... Orin wants a king, not me. He doesn't see the broken man behind the myth, but symbols aren't people. Do you know what it's like to be a weapon? He thinks ending me will free Avalon. But what then? Without an idea, a light to guide them, they'll stumble, lose their way, and turn on each other. People always seek something to follow, something to believe in. Take that away, and they'll tear each other apart trying to find it. I want release. I will kill me. Destroy the last piece of me and use the energy however you wish. Take it yourself and become the new king. Give it to someone else. Just don't let me come. Let me die. Not as Arthur, not as the king, just as a simple, normal human being. Give it to someone else. Just don't let me come, let me die. Not as Arthur, not as the king. Just another way, but please, not for me. Isn't that what you've been doing all along? Carrying what's left of him? Doesn't that prove Arthur doesn't need me anymore? Not for me. I don't care. Do you know how freeing that is? To finally not care what happens next? Whether Orin gets his king or Caradoc gets his ruin? To not feel the burden, to not see the suffering. Do what you think is right. That's all I can tell you. And that's the only thing I've ever wanted. You hold the choice. I don't care who, I don't even want to. Just let me go. Let me. You hold the choice. I don't care who, I don't even want to. Just let me go. Let me.
Help me bring the king back. Now you need it. I made my case. This is the... Go on, go on.
Are you doing okay? Let me go. Let me finally rest.
You carried a dying king across the bones of a dying world. Now you stand before what started it all. An idea. I am the reason there must be an ending. I do not guide. I do not judge. I exist so that something can be chosen. I do not offer meaning. I require that one be made. You have brought all things to their conclusion. Now, decide what must remain. Choose, and let the shape of the world follow. You will be seen. You will be followed. You will be blamed. You will shape the world to become its witness. You will break the frame, and what follows will not remember you. You will vanish into the story you chose to restore. Who do you have in mind? Then the idea shall be claimed, its shape worn, its burden made yours. But first, you have to bring silence to what refuses to be forgotten.
If this is what you want, then take it, my friends. But promise me you will learn from my mistakes. think any other human could wield this power? I endured 600 years of pain, of suffering, of loneliness. I made the sacrifices, me! And now you think you can take it from me? The hubris. No. I reject your claim. I will reforge out. Take it from me.
You took Arthur's power for yourself. Whatever drove you, need, ambition, or will alone, the strength of a king was now yours to command. Maybe you weren't ready. Maybe nobody ever is. But you decided to try. It's a heavy thing, trying to do right where others have failed. Still, you stepped forward, carrying the soul and every choice that brought you here. You ruled not as Arthur reborn, but as yourself, flawed, resolute, untested. Avalon changed beneath your hand, and history will decide what that truly meant. With One Eye and Captain Brandon working side by side, the South found a peace it hadn't known in years. The roads stayed open, the fields were guarded, and the people finally felt safe. No longer bound to Camelot or the Knights of the Round Table, it became a land ruled by its own people on its own terms. Because of you, the men here remained and the Kuanact endured, not just as a place, but as a legacy of quiet defiance and hope. Lord Yvain was remembered as a hero who gathered the wise and set out in search of the Grail, while Kuanact stood as a peaceful haven amid the weirdness. You awakened the giants, and with them at their side, the Dal Rita conquered Camelot. As the capital fell, the customs of the tribes spread across Avalon. Not everyone welcomed them, but the change had already taken root. Firgas was named the new Galahad the Loyal. With One Eye and Brendan backed by the Dal Rita, the Forlorn Swords, he saw that the South's alliance was strong enough to stand on its own. He urged Camelot to leave the South in peace and turned his attention to securing the rest of Avalon. The captain led the South to independence, breaking all ties with Camelot. Under his rule, the Horns of the South flourished. Merchants, pilgrims, and adventurers returned to the roads, and prosperity once again reached the far corners of the land. One Eye ruled the South, with the Horns of the South at his side. Over time, the Dal Rita of the Fallen Swords rallied to his banner, forging a unified force. With the South secured, he stood in a strong position to launch future conquests across Avalon. Nianta left Kuanact with Yvain, and her fate remained unknown.
Yet among the people she once served, tales of her devotion and courage endured, and her name was remembered with respect. Magat left Kuanakt alongside Yvain, surprising many who had long considered him harmless and weak. His fate remained unknown, but in time, the people spoke proudly of the last druid, claiming him as one of their own. Ulfre left Kuanakt alongside Yvain, despite concerns about his age. His fate remained unknown, but the people admired him for finding purpose at the end of his life, and spoke of him with lasting respect. Ailey turned to the merchants for support, and for a time the hospital prospered. But when they began charging patients for care, she walked away and opened her own small practice, refusing to serve profit over healing. With Helmi as the new matron, the Volca returned to their former glory with renewed ferocity, their berserkers filled with an aggression that stirred quiet fear among the other tribes. Among the united tribes of the Dalrita, the Volca were treated with equal parts awe and mistrust, seeming to teeter closer and closer to madness. Ingrid turned away from the eternal sleep, choosing life over dreams. In time, she began to rebuild the Void among the living, planting the first seeds of a new future for her scattered people. Under Strona's leadership, the Ulfra found new strength. He rebuilt the tribe and reunited them with the rest of the Dalrita, restoring their place among the tribes of the Forlorn Swords. With the Stagfather slain and the old bonds broken, Balaam led the Svine towards a new path. He opened the tribe to the other clans of the Dalrita and guided them to settle in the Mather mines. After returning to Camelot, Killian lived quietly for a time. When he vanished, few asked questions. Unsettling rumors had always followed him, and most preferred not to remember.